Good day and welcome back to another cubic function lesson with Mr. Simons. Now here we're doing corrections for worksheet 1.1.3. We'll be identifying intercepts or calculating intercepts, meaning x and y intercepts. You can easily secure 2 to 4 marks. So either way, either under cubic functions, parabola, straight line, hyperbola, or exponential, we will have to identify intercepts. The process stays the same. All right. The full worksheet is available under the description. So if you want the full worksheet and you want to calculate before you look at the videos, that is fine. There's even a typed out memorandum available for you. Foundation practice, meaning with sufficient practice doing it over and over, you have to master it and secure these marks. All right. So my trap detector, we need to know what we're looking out for before we start solving. So number one, we have to spot clues and identify the triggers. So for x-intercepts, trigger words, it would say cuts the x-axis at. X-intercepts are the roots of the function. So when you say roots, we're talking of x-intercepts, zeros of the function, right? So when you see these words, we want you to solve where's f of x equal to 0, meaning where's y equal to 0, where the graph crosses the x-axis. So immediate thought, at every x-intercept, y will always equal 0. So f of x equals 0. So golden rule, x-intercepts are always x values where y equal to 0. Very important. For y-intercept, it will say cuts the y-axis at. Y-intercept is determine the y-intercept where the graph crosses the y-axis, right? Now again, at every y-intercept, x equal to 0. Golden rule, y-intercepts are always y values where x equal to 0. All right, so I hope that makes sense. Without fail, as I say, this 2 to 4 marks are available in more than one graph question, right? Master it. Slowly but surely we're collecting marks and we're going to make sure that you pass and do very well in exam, worksheet by worksheet. Alright, number one, given f of x equal 2x cubed minus 3x squared minus 11x plus 6. Or we can give you the whole factorized equation, which means this equals 2x minus 1, x minus 3, x plus 2. So in exam, you're either going to get this equation or you're going to get that one. Now your easiest 1 mark, write down the coordinates of the y-intercept. Very important, I've seen you all write 6. It says coordinates, meaning there must be a x and a y value, right? So there 6 is my y-intercept because when I make x 0 there, all of that falls away and I'm left with the value 6. So x is 0. Y is 6, 1 mark. Or if we gave you the second equation, wherever you see x, you're going to substitute 0. So y-intercept, x equal to 0. Wherever I have x, you see I place 0. X 0. X there is 0. So 2 times 0 gives me 0. I'm left with minus 1. 0 minus 3 gives me minus 3. 0 plus 2 gives me 2. Negative 1 times negative 3 gives me positive 3 times 2 gives me positive 6. Right, again, they want coordinates, so you're not getting any marks for the substituting and that value, getting a mark for writing 0 and 6. Be very careful what you're reading. You can say determine the value of the y-intercept, or we can say coordinates. So coordinates, in brackets, semicolon, x value, y value, right? But that is 1 mark. All right. Now from here, we can also ask x-intercepts. So write down the coordinates of the x-intercepts for 2 marks. So we know f of x equal 2x minus 1, x minus 3, x plus 2. X-intercept, we should know y always equals 0. So therefore, using the 0 factor law, 2x minus 1 equals 0. X minus 3 equals 0, x plus 2 equals 0. So 1 mark for equating to 0. There, if I take minus 1 over, it becomes positive 1. We always divide by whatever coefficient is in front of x. So therefore it becomes 1 divided by 2, so x is half. If I take negative 3 over, it becomes positive 3, so x equal to 3. If I take plus 2 over, it becomes negative 2, so x equal negative 2. So again, they want keyword coordinates. So therefore, x is half when y is 0. X is 3 when y is 0. And x is minus 2 when y is 0. Right, so you don't need to write the step, because there we can give you the mark for equating to 0. You can see there y is 0, and then second mark for all the correct x values. But I'm showing you the full procedure so you can practice and understand how you solving it. Right, let's look at problem number 2. Given f of x equal minus x cubed minus x squared plus 16x plus 16, which also when factorized becomes x plus 1 minus x plus 4, x plus 4. Write down the coordinates of the y-intercept. So there the constant value is always my y-intercept, because if x is 0 there, that becomes 0. If x is 0 there, that becomes 0. And if x there is 0, it becomes 0. So it leaves me with 16. So my coordinate is 0 and 16. Right? 1 mark. Because they said coordinates. Or I can say y-intercept, x equals 0. So wherever I see x, I'm going to place 0, 0 plus 1, 0 plus 4, 0 plus 4. Technically, I shouldn't write a negative there because 0 can't be negative. Alright, and it can't be positive either. So 1 times 4 gives me 4, 4 times 4 gives me 16. So my coordinate is 0 and 16. Alright, so 1 mark. So be clear on that. I can also say calculate x-intercepts. So write down the coordinates of the x-intercepts. So there's the equation given to us. F of x equal x plus 1 minus x plus 4, x plus 4. So for x-intercept, y must be 0, or we can say f of x equals 0. They both, f of x, function of x, represents y there. So x plus 1 equals 0, minus x plus 4 equals 0, x plus 4 equals 0. So 1 mark for equating to 0. If I take plus 1 over, it becomes minus 1. If I take plus 4 over, it becomes minus 4. Negative x equal negative 4. Divide negative 4 by negative 1. It gives me positive 4. If I take plus 4 over, it becomes negative 4. So my coordinates would be minus 1 and 0. 4 and 0, and then minus 4 and 0. So another mark for writing the coordinates correctly. And again, we don't need to show this process because equating to 0, there's my zeros in the coordinates. Alright, so hope you follow, hope you understand. Alright, in the next video we'll look at number 3 onwards. I've broken it down in small pieces for you so you can practice and do it properly. Please drop a like and share. God bless. Bye.